안녕하세요, 엠쌤입니다. I'm so very happy to be back here at Viki celebrating the Asian American Heritage Month with all of you. And I actually didn't know that this was Asian American specifically Heritage Month. But that does not affect me in any way. I believe that if you want to celebrate a certain culture, you do not need to be a part of it. You do not need to be in a certain physical location, and you do not even need to be a part of that heritage. All you need is your passion, and all that matters is really how much you love it and how genuine your feelings are. So I, for those of you who may not know, have a very strong passion for Korea and Korean culture to the point where I actually dedicated an entire YouTube channel to it. But I'm not trying to appropriate anyone's culture. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do and how to be. All I'm trying to do is share my passion with everyone who might share it. You guys can do that too through this amazing Viki ID campaign. All you gotta do is submit videos or photos or any online content with hashtag VikiID so that guys at Viki and I can go through all your entries, pick our favorites, and give you awesome prizes. So what are you waiting for? Get submitting! And with that said, let's get on to the video. So this week's theme is beauty. And considering how I've been really passionate about Korea, so I've done a lot of research and I watch a lot of their TV, I watch a lot of their music, subconsciously I've been influenced by Korean beauty standards and Korean beauty products in the same way as I've been influenced by the environment that I live here in the West in terms of beauty. So, having been exposed to both of these quite contrasting types of beauty, I really want to try some Korean trends on my face today, which is not Korean looking, which is not Asian looking, and I want to see how that plays out. So before I begin, a few disclaimers. One, I'm not trying to generalize. I understand that not everyone in Korea follows a certain trend, not everyone in the West does crazy contouring makeup. I get it, guys. Disclaimer number two, I'm not a professional makeup artist, and I will make a lot of mistakes, and all of my makeup skills here are absolutely up for discretion. Tell me what I've done wrong. Give me advice. Educate your homegirl. She really needs it. And with that said, let's get into our first Korean beauty trend. And this one has to do with the first step of our makeup, which is primers. Here I have two primers, and they're both from Missha, one of my favorite K-beauty brands. It's amazing. And I'm gonna be using this one today, which is the Radiance Moisture Primer. This one is actually a BB boomer, and I've had it for ages and I've sworn by it. And it actually illustrates the difference between a lot of Korean primers compared to Western primers in a way that Korean primers are mostly focused on brightening up your complexion, on giving you radiance and a glow. Whereas in the West, it's more about mattifying the skin, preparing it for whatever's gonna go on top. So the primer that I'm using is quite heavy in texture. It's like doesn't budge at all. And it does not have any pearlescence in it, unlike this one. This BB Boomer is all about the pearls. And what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna combine the two to give this a very, very Koreanized effect. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but this one has a lot of pearls in it, and this one is just regular moisturizing primer. So the reason why I want to mix these two is because I want to get that moisture for my Sahara Desert skin, but at the same time I want to have this pearlized glow and brightness that Koreans swear upon. It is quite a well-known fact that in Korea or in Asia, having a bright and lighter complexion is something that is very desired. So, it's really hard to speak while I'm massaging my face. So I feel like that is one of the reasons why so many products are tailored at specifically brightening up a certain complexion and giving you a radiant and youthful glow. A lot of makeup products in Korea are all about making you look youthful and younger. So this is the Korean beauty trend number one. Korean beauty trend number two are cushions. Oh, how I love them. I was never a big fan of makeup in general as a youngster. I mean, in my teenage years. And I never liked high coverage liquid foundation. So when I found BB cushions and just these foundation cushions where I could choose how much product to apply on my face and how light-handed to be with it, man, I fell in love. Just using any cushion would already be quite a Korean trend, even though it has transcended all over the world. I've seen a girl in the subway here in London using a Dior cushion. I was like, girl, you know your stuff, you know your cushions. But I want to make this very, very Korean as I can, so I picked the most dewiest foundation, the most dewiest cushion I have, which is this April Skin Magic Snow Cushion in white. I know there are much dewier ones out there in the market, but I don't live in Korea, so I can't get my hands on them. unless they're gonna cost me a fortune in shipping. Korean trend number 2, when it comes to cushions specifically, is that they want to give you this really dewy, very glowy look. I feel like this specific cushion is actually quite high coverage as well, even though cushions are not meant to be. I mean, of course, cushions have been around for a while, so a lot of companies have been developing cushions that do not only look natural, but also give you a really good coverage. So I feel like this Magic Snow cushion in white is actually one of those cushions. I mean, I'm not someone who needs a lot of very heavy coverage, but for my needs, this guy, seriously, 2 or 3 puffs on here, my entire face is covered. All right. Done. So I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but man, my skin feels like it has a waterfall hitting it every single second. I can see the dewiness happening in so many places on my face. This is kind of crazy. Also, a lot of Korean cushions are limited in their range. They're very light, as you can see. My face probably appears a little lighter than my neck, but that is because my neck is a little bit further away from the camera, so the lighting and everything. But this color matches me pretty well. I do have very yellow undertones, and this is a little bit of a beigey, pinky undertone, so this could also be a bit of a difference, but yeah, as you can see, these are very, very light. Mine is in shade 21, but yes, if anything, I really wish some cushions had more variety. But some brands like Laneige, they do have a very wide range of cushions from really, really light to quite some dark ones. So well done, Laneige. So now that we've followed 2 Korean trends where we brightened our skin with a primer and we've applied a very dewy cushion, and now we're gonna come to a trend that is probably the scariest one for me, because I feel like I'm gonna fail, but I'm gonna try my best, guys, okay? And it's the eyebrows. Yup, it's the Korean eyebrows. As you can see, my eyebrows are much darker than my natural hair color. I don't understand why this is happening. And in the West, it's actually a pretty big trend. Whereas in Korea, unfortunately, for me, people like to have their hair darker and their eyebrows lighter. Here I have a eyebrow pencil from Lioele Cosmetic. I am not sure I've heard of this Korean brand, but it is Korean. It's quite brownish, but with gray undertones, so I was hoping this would kind of counterbalance the black in my eyebrows, the gray, and then add a bit of brown to it to match my hair. I don't know. Another trend in Korea is to have straight eyebrows. As you can see, your girl does not have straight eyebrows. And my eyebrows are also really long, so they end around here. Man, I do not know how to make this straight. I feel like Korean eyebrows end like here or something. Alright, first I'm just gonna fill them in and create a bit of a shape and then see if I can get them straight. Alright, so my attempt at trying to have straight eyebrows completely failed. I'm just being real here with you guys. This is actually a really good lesson for you guys because not every trend is necessarily going to suit you. You really need to pick your trends and you really need to pick the look that you want to go for. I mean, in no way am I telling you, oh, don't ever try to have straight eyebrows if you do not have them naturally, but if something is not going to suit your face, you don't really have to go for it. That's the moral of the story. Alright, eyebrows, yeah, happening. Alright, next up, Korean trend, Korean beauty trend would be eyeshadow. And growing up in the West, I feel like my go-to eyeshadow makeup would be like a lighter color here, a little bit darker in the middle, and then darker closer to the edge, emphasizing the crease. I feel like in Korean makeup, a lot of emphasis goes into actually creating the crease. I am just going to go with a very natural Korean look where you apply one subtle shade all over your lid. And I'm using the Labiote's Wine palette in number 2, I believe. I really love it. It is one of my go-to palettes because it has really natural shades and then some really bright colors as well. The reason why I've always been a fan of Korean makeup specifically is because it is very natural and subtle, and I have very strong features on my face that kind of stick out, like big eyes, big lips, big nose. I didn't want to be too much ever. Alright, very subtle, very natural. And the next Korean trend that has to do with the eyes, I thought it was so interesting because it doesn't really happen in the West, is aegyo. Aegyo is basically cute flesh when it's literally translated to English, but aegyo basically means this part of your eye. When you smile, do you notice it kind of like puffs up a little bit? So Koreans like to emphasize this puffiness without even smiling, which apparently is supposed to give you a very youthful, happy look. Alright, I will need to use a different palette for this because this does not have a light enough shade. I'm gonna use my very old but very trusty Clinique palette. It is super old. My older sister gave this to me years and years ago, but it still serves me justice. So there's a very white shade here, and then there's a bit of a beige shade here. I'm gonna mix the two. Yeah, this looks quite light. Okay, so light color over here under the eye, and then we need a really fine brush to go underneath with a darker color. Oh my god, I'm so scared. All right, so I have a really fine brush and I have a very dark color right here. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, hopefully I'm not gonna butcher this look. All right, so I'm gonna smile and create a line. All right, what do you guys think? Does it look more emphasized on this side or not? I do feel like my eye appears bigger. Oh my god, it works, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna be smiling at all. I'm gonna make a frowny face, but then, do you see? Do you see? My eyes look puffy. The bottom of my eyes looks puffy. Oh my god, this is so exciting. This is so crazy. I'm kind of loving this. What do you guys think? How does it look on me? I'm sorry, I'm so excited because I've never tried this before, so now I had an opportunity to try it and it worked, and I'm really pleased with myself. Let me guys know what you think. All right, next up, Koreans do like their black mascara because it does give you a lot of volume in your eyes. So I'm gonna use my trusty Maybelline, the Colossal Volume Express Mascara. I swear by it, it's one of my favorite ones. I've been using it for years, and yeah. I'm gonna be right back after I do my eyelashes. Okay, we're almost done, guys. We're getting there. In terms of contour, you know, like highlight and bronzers, I feel like Korea is catching up to the American very contoured trend, but I feel like in Korea, they use contouring for a little bit different reasons. So, you know guys how a lot of Korean girls specifically, and guys actually, they really like to do this in photos. They're not just trying to be cute, they're actually trying to create this V-line shape jaw because they feel like an elongated and oval shaped face is very desirable. So by making this, they're kind of canceling out and like hiding this part of their face, and that kind of makes it and gives it a V-shaped look. With that said, a lot of the time contour in Korea is used to outline the jaw and to kind of like sharpen it up rather than, you know, the regular cheekbones or whatnot. Also, they use contour right here. I know this contour is used in the West as well, but I'm just saying kind of the reasoning behind it. And they use contouring right here to try and make your face smaller because in Korea, a small face is so desirable. I do not owe any contouring things, makeups, whatevers. So I am just going to be using my blush, and this blush is very subtle. It is from MAC and it's from their very old collaboration with Kelly Osbourne. I just put on the apple of my cheeks like the Koreans do instead of, you know, going all the way along this line because I do want to have this kind of very cute and baby-like flush to my cheeks. I've lost count of how many trends we've talked about today, so I'm just gonna apply this highlighter. It's also not from a Korean brand, it's from Benefit, and I don't even know if this is highlighter. It says Girl Meets Pearl, Liquid Pearl for face. It's for face, so I'm gonna be using it for face. All right, so we're almost done. The last part are our lips. Am I missing anything? Oh, I forgot. Also, Koreans use contour a lot for the nose because they do like this high bridge of a nose, which I absolutely hate. My nose sticks out of my face so much. It's so annoying, but that's beside the point. So I have a few lipsticks here with me because I wanted to just show you how certain trends actually proliferate in the design and the creative packaging of these guys. So in Korea, one of the biggest trends that came out of it is the gradient lip, or the gradation in Korean, and Laneige I feel like was actually the first brand that came out with a two-tone lip bar. It has a lighter tone here and a darker tone, and you basically, what you're supposed to do is create a gradient with just one swift swipe. Trust me, it's not one swift swipe, but I tried. But the one that I'm gonna be using today, I really love because this is so easy to make a gradient with. This is Chica Chico Matte Lip, and it is in a super bright red color. But what I love about it is that it's matte, but not really. It has a mattifying effect. Hopefully I'm not gonna mess this up on camera. as you can see, the color is super vibrant. So we are done, guys. Oh my goodness. Whew, I cannot believe we're done. So this is the final look that I've created, trying to use all the Korean trends I could find and I could think of when it comes to makeup. In no way, once again, am I trying to generalize anything, but let me know what you think. Thank you so much, guys, for getting ready with me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for participating in this amazing Viki campaign. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you cannot be passionate about something just because you don't belong to a certain culture. Let's spread love and positivity, and you guys can do that through your Viki ID hashtag entries. And I will be very, very happy to be going through all of them and picking my favorites and giving you guys amazing prizes. So good luck, and I'll see you all really, really soon. Bye. 안녕. Mwah.